Here we go, guys. We are back again with another Saturday unboxing, and now I have something new for us. Now, we have done Yolopark before, but the last Yolopark we did, which I believe was Grimlock, was a more simplistic put together than this is aiming to be. So we got Yolopark AMK series Transformers Starscream. Looks pretty good on the outside, I have to say. They're doing a real good job. It has to be a little more complicated. I don't know how much more complicated than Grimlock was, because Grimlock was like 6 pieces and you just kind of snapped them together. I shouldn't say that. It was arms, legs, head, maybe 10 pieces tops. This looks like it's a little more complex. Not Gundam level model kit yet, but he does look good. Let's see how long he's going to take us to put him together. Let's get this box open, pour out the parts, see what we're working with, see how complex it does look. I'm sure this says age 15 plus, and I'm plus, so we should be fine with this. Cockpit glass window on the chest is detachable. That's interesting. I wonder if that means you can swap it out with a battle damage piece or something like that. Alright, let's pop this open. I gotta go get something to slice that tape, and I'll pour everything out and see what it looks like. Alright, so this actually doesn't look too crazy, but it is definitely better than Grimlock was. This piece over here fell out. It looks a little more detailed. I like the coloring and everything looks fantastic on it, so he's going to look good when I get him together. I don't think I can shoot this while I build it because I'm using one hand to hold the camera. I got to work on a better setup so you guys can kind of see me put stuff like this together, which shouldn't take me too long. Can I pull this out of here without damaging anything? You know what? I'm not going to. I'll wait until I get a free hand. I'm going to get the parts out of here. You can see his head sculpt here. That I should be able to pull out without an issue. There we go. That looks good. All right. Let's get this set up. I'm going to start pulling pieces out here. I'm going to get everything lined up as I go, which shouldn't take me too long judging by what I see here, because this is not as in-depth, as I said, as a Gundam kit, but God's sakes, it does look really good. And it is more complex than that Grimlock. It is more complex than that Grimlock model we put together. Grimlock had a little less going for him than this does. This has 2 trays of goodies here, a little more detail. I don't know, so somebody can let me know down below, and maybe I'll look it up before I start putting things together. Yolopark, do they have another level above this? That's what I want to know. And I'm going to check out their website maybe here and see if there is, because their Grimlock had to be a really, really, I don't want to say low quality. It was a easy to build kit. And I found that a Hot Topic, and that was cheaper than this one was. So I'm guessing that there are grades, and I just don't know if there's a higher grade than this one. So let me start putting things together here. All right, so here are all our parts laid out. So you could play a lovely game of did Megatron blow Starscream to bits, and you got to put him back together. But it looks really good, I have to say. I can't wait to see him put together. I'm going to read the instructions, though. I bet you I don't really need too much of it there, because I feel like this snaps in the bottom over here, this snaps on the front, these leg parts go here and here, these are arm parts, these are hands. So, not too bad, but as I do each step, I will show you, because I don't think, with something like this, I don't think I can do it one-handed. So, let me snap pieces together and see how our Starscream turns out. Alright, so step 1, and very easy, took about a minute, not even, snap the head on. Then you flip them around, and you snap on these 2 pieces here, which are his shoulder parts, whatever, I don't know what you officially call them. That one was not on a line. Let's make sure those are snapped on. Alright, so that is step 1. Step 2... Step 2 appears to be this piece over here, which is the waist section. And that goes, let me see if I can just do that with one hand, because that might not be as bad. Step 2 is this, all right? Snap those two pieces together, and that piece is going to go onto his waist, which I cannot do one-handed, so I'll snap that on. And then we'll move to step... What step was that? That was 2? Okay, step 3 is to snap it on, and then we'll get to step 4. Let me do the waist snap real quick. Alright, so there we go, part 4. I think I'm still keeping up with this, right? Part 4 is to just snap on these 2 arms, okay? Pop in the hands, and pop in the blasters there. I don't know what his guns were actually called, but... So, I mean, you got half a Starscream already. It's very, very easy going on this, so... And I have to think that they have another level, but I still haven't looked that up. I'm going to look it up before the end of the video. Alright, this thing looks amazing, alright? Very, very cool. You got your bendables, you got your hand with the... You can move that finger, you can move these fingers down here. So he's very, very superposable. I like this a lot. For the money, this is a good one. Now, I don't remember... Hold on, let me see. Because I'm actually on their website at the same time I'm recording. So the AMK series is about $30, it looks like. But, there is other ones. So there is an AMK Pro series. And it looks like the AMK Pros are 50 to 60, which is not horrible. I mean, if they're more complex and they do a little more. There's also a Pro X series, which still about $60. I don't know what makes it X, but there's only like 2 in there, and they look like they might be sold out. Then there's a PMK series that goes at $180. That's a little outside of what I'm looking for, but I might do a Pro next. If you guys like this and you want to see another one of these ones put together, which, I mean, you kind of saw it put together, but not really. I got to work on this foot. This foot is off a little bit here, and that's just because I didn't line it up properly, I think. But he looks really, really awesome. I like this a lot. Look at that. That's crazy. I think he looks a lot better than Grimlock did. And I don't remember if Grimlock was an AMK either, because AMK does seem to be their lightweight model kit, but Grimlock, I feel like, was a little easier than this one was, so let me see if I can look that up. Because I think I paid $30 for Grimlock, so that implies to me that it was a lower quality. Now, I don't have it on there. Let me see. I don't see it on their website anymore. And I'm pretty sure when I bought it from them, it was Hot Topic, or... I think it was Hot Topic, which is weird, because to see me walking around a Hot Topic is really weird. I'm old, man, and gray hair, and these kids are like, hey, how you doing? They're always friendly to me, don't get me wrong, but I just don't fit that scene at this age, you know? Alright, so I just looked it up. The Grimlock that we did for the unboxing, the last one, the simple one, was an AMK mini series, which means the mini is the easier to put together kit. Okay, it's cheaper. Nothing wrong with Grimlock. He was cool, but he did not have all of this. He wasn't as complex. Not that this was complex, but Grimlock was simple. Pop, pop, pop. Like 5 connections, I think, and Starscream looks amazing. Starscream is going on a shelf because he looks really fantastic. So we're going to put him up on a shelf. I got to fix this foot. Now, I do want to say at the end, the legs were, what do they say? 5, 6, 7, 8, something like that. They made it 8 steps, even though you didn't really need to do it that way. And there's something else that I want to point out to you. You can snap these right in here. These are separate pieces, and you snap them in. But these come apart right here. The legs come apart at that seam. So if you're having an issue putting them in there, they just pop off and you can pop them right back on. I have got to fix that foot. That's driving me crazy. So guys, let me know what you think of this bad boy down below in the comments. I really like the way this turned out. I think he looks really good. I've got something else cool to share with you in a future unboxing, Transformers related, that is not Yolopark. So keep your eyes peeled for that in coming weeks for an unboxing. This guy looks fantastic. I cannot wait to put him up on the shelf. I wish that he'd transform, but you know, it is what it is. Because should we try to pull that off? This said this came off. I'm afraid to try to. Let's leave it for now. All right, so I'm actually pretty glad that I broke down and opened this up. So look at the detail on the cockpit there. That is really, really cool. You could actually imagine a pilot sitting in there. I mean, you wouldn't because it's Starscream, but you could imagine a little pilot inside this cockpit of a fighter, flying a plane. In this case, if there was a pilot in there, he'd be screaming bloody murder because he can't escape from Starscream. But I mean, it looks really good. All right. Great finishing touch. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Like and subscribe to the channel. I've got more good stuff to share with you in the coming weeks, so stay tuned for those. Don't forget, we have our shorts every day of the week. Shorts are something I found on the toy hunt, not necessarily bought. If you see me take it out of the package, that means I bought it, obviously. If I didn't take it out of the package, it stayed in the store, but I wanted you to see that I found one in the wild. And don't forget gameplay videos every night around 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will see you back here real soon. Take care.